Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. It is Sam from the Soul of Stella. My voice is already breaking. And we have another pick a card here for you today. This one is exciting. This one is get excited. These are the big happy changes that are coming your way. We're going to cover love, money, and life. I've got tons of cards. I've got story dice. It's going to be multi-layered. It's going to be fast and fun, okay? So have a think about what you want to be manifesting in your life. What do you want to bring forward? Ground yourself in that. Tap into your intuition and take a moment to choose your pile. Of course, this is pile number 1, this is pile number 2, and this is pile number 3. Remember to only take what resonates. And I just want to say thank you so much for all the likes, the shares, the subscribes. It means the world to me. It means I can keep bringing you free readings and do my personal readings for you on the side. So I love that for us. A very nice energy exchange going on here. Timestamps are linked in the description box below, and I will see you in your reading. Hello, pile number 1. This is your reading all about get excited. You've got some big happy changes coming your way. We're going to discuss them for love, money, and life in general. I've got one overall card as like the main theme. It says the blue flame, spontaneous awakening, activation, integration time. Wow, that's very magical. I actually feel really warm looking at that. Even though it's a blue light. I mean, isn't blue light the warmest, the hottest, a blue flame? So I feel like you're really integrating whatever you're working on, whatever you're co-creating with the universe here. I feel like there's a lot of sudden shifts. I think there's a lot like coming fast. It may have been really slow going for you, but it's activating. It's moving, and it feels like it's slotting into place. You know, it's like, okay, now this works, and then that works, and it's like finding all the edges to a puzzle, and then all the other bits find their way all of a sudden. So I love that for you. It's really like coming out of a cave too, coming out of a period of darkness, and you're just like, oh. So let's start with love. Oh, I think I might use this deck for love. Let's start with love. Big happy changes for pile number 1 in love, please, Spirit. Big happy changes in love. For whenever you're watching this, what's happening? My deck is upside down. Okay. We're talking in the next couple of weeks with these big happy changes. What is happening for love? Big happy changes happening for love. Pile number 1. Wow, okay. Okay. If you're solo dolo, I feel like you've got a very powerful, charming, masculine energy, okay? Whether that's male or female or whatever gender. You've got someone coming forward very fearless, very bold, with a lot of passion towards you, a lot of like, it is that kind of activation energy. Someone who's really coming forward and being like, here I am, here's my wand, here's my flame. I love this for you. This is Leo energy. And then you've got the Magician. Someone who's, I feel like this is like something you really manifested, and it's unified love with the 2 of Cups. Okay. So you're really manifesting a love life, a really beautiful love connection here. That's what's happening. Big, exciting changes is someone powerful, someone very alluring, magical in your eyes, someone who fits the bill is coming forward for you. Pile number 1. And if you're in a relationship already, this is about like unifying that love, and it's a closer bond between the 2 of you, where everything that you've dreamed about coming forward in this relationship is really coming into reality. Okay, it's really like turning a plan or a vision that you had and it actually happening. But it's also helping you to understand that whatever romantic love that you give to yourself, is going to be mutually drawn to you, is going to be you, and you have everything in your power to create this. Whether you think this is absolutely impossible right now, there is a sense of like, expect the unexpected, expect the impossible, like everything that you desire, strong desire here too. So a very intimate connection, one that feels like, you know, you're not just doing the do, you're making love. Cancer energy as well. Yeah, I love this. This is beautiful. And Taurus energy. Lovely. I'm chuffed for that with you. What cards do I want to get? It's always number one that gets the yeah, I'm gonna go those cards. The Numinous. Let's get the Numinous. Let's get some more information. Big happy changes in love. A lot of healing is happening with this connection. Okay, a lot of growth. Things that from the past that needed to be released have been released here with this connection. You might actually, that's deep. There's going to be a lot of like fluids exchanged, and I think through those fluids you might cry happy tears in that moment. That's adult energy though. We don't want to get too much into that. There's a real feeling of being seen, heard, and held, okay, and safe in each other's arms. Very powerful energy though, like to the point where because you have loved yourself enough, pile number one, and because you were really focused on what you wanted to manifest here, and you were whole as you were, you've really attracted a partner who is also healed to a certain degree and doing that for themselves to a certain degree. But then you come together and it's like an explosion of healing. Okay, there's a real sense of sensitivity and softness, forgiveness even, and cutting like those ties to any past hurts. It's like cutting generational trauma completely out of your being, and I love that for you. I really do. That's beautiful energy. I'll get a couple more cards. Yeah, you hold a mirror to each other. A lot of abundance coming in love. And you actually, it means that you set better boundaries when it comes to dealing with hurt. Okay, you're just like, look, you're actually like giving it the hand, like talk to the hand. All your pain is now like pushed out. Okay, there's a real sense of it having like an outlet with this relationship and with this person. And in fact, the healing that you end up doing together is the like end point. Okay, and it's not like you're never not broken. We are imperfectly perfect in that sense, and we're always learning, we're always having different experiences. But I think you really hold a mirror to each other where you're like soft with each other, and you're very aware of each other's healing, and you're also very aware of each other's love languages here. There's no shame in this love. There's a deep not falling energy, but like deep holding energy. Okay, you're very safe to express the depths of your emotions here, and I feel together you're actually going to be really abundant in this love to the point where it lights up other people, it inspires other people. It may even inspire your children to see you this happy if you are in a marriage with children or in a relationship with children. A lot of gratitude is coming through here. You're going to be very grateful for each other, and like I said, you speak each other's love languages, and I feel like that's really going to happen quite naturally. Just an understanding of who that person is, really without too much of the like getting to know you. It feels very familiar. Okay, it feels very like deja vu. You may have had a past life experience with this person. You may even like do, when you combine as a team, there's a power couple vibe here, and you may even create a lot of material abundance for yourselves. So I'm actually going to get into that next. Yeah, I'm going to use this deck. I'm going to get into money now. Big happy changes when it comes to money for pile number one. I'm really seeing that the cards that fall on the floor, interesting, I'm going to keep it in that, lately have really meant like pay attention to me a lot more. So pay attention to me a lot more is that there's going to be something that you're working on. Okay, and like I said, it could be working on it with someone else. The image of the beekeeper here, it's like you're really persistent. So no matter how hard things are getting, you're really like out there doing the work and learning your craft as well. There's a feeling of learning your craft, a sense of achievement, and finally, after all the hard work, results are going to start paying off. With the judgment and the justice in reverse here, I think you're having an awakening about something when it comes to money. You've also got the Eight of Swords and the Eight of Pentacles. So a feeling of no longer being tied to your work. It's like a happy balance here with this judgment, but the justice is in reverse here. It's like something is being balanced out, and it's interesting that I'm getting that with that justice energy being in reverse, because normally when it's upright it's talking about balance and equality, and in the reverse it's talking about something being out of balance. I really feel it's balanced in the sense of like this might be getting 40% and the love life is getting 60%, and that's actually how it needs to be right now. So it's a so it's not equal, it's the word still is balance though, right? It's still balance. It's something being set right, because I think maybe you would have been doing, but from what I can tell here, really feeling trapped and frustrated by the lack of results and the amount of effort that you're putting into your work. It feels like and finances especially, but it does feel very much work-based, not just like money coming to you in unexpected ways. It feels like the things you've been working for and like doing all the right things, and you're like, it should start paying off now. You felt trapped and frustrated by that. I think you've really been putting in like 60 or 80% into this, and really like in that solo dolo energy. But now that this person comes in and you have this activation, this spontaneous awakening, it's really, I'm getting like quantum leaping through your life. You're really making big changes that have a knock-on effect throughout your life. And it's literally what I said with that first card, and it's showing up. It's already showing up. And there's this awakening energy again, okay? Activation, awakening, integration. There's a sense of like acceptance for this is how my new normal is now. A newfound sense of balance, okay? A newfound sense of, look, it's almost like something didn't work out for this to actually work out. Like what didn't work out for you is making the room for something better to actually work out for you. And that something better is work that you enjoy doing, work that's fulfilling. And there's something about the honey, okay? With this beekeeper, it's like the money feels like honey now, because it's finally starting to flow. And I mean, there may be a sense for some of you that, you know, maybe there's a divorce settlement for something that didn't work out, you know, for something better to land. And now you're with the right person and the abundance comes through. That could be for some people. It's like, okay, well, I'm going to take the L on that, but I gained so much more. I gained a sense of freedom here, and there really is a freedom from frustration, and there's a sense of results starting to come through, and it feels very divinely guided. Your money message here, it feels very divinely guided. It feels very freeing. It feels very happy. It feels very good, healthy. What else for money? Big happy changes. Yeah, I think you've really avoided. It's justice in the weirdest sense. You've really avoided more pain. It's like you've settled for less in a contract or an agreement, but it's actually gained you more time to work on the things that you're passionate about, and actually those things are starting to actually show up with prosperity, to show up with results. Okay, there's something about like protection from another person. There's a very much a sense of protection from another person in this judgment and justice energy, and protection from what they could take from you going forward. It's like now you've put a stop to that. Your hands are untied. You're back in control of your own finances. That's very specific. So I'd be interested to see how that resonates for a lot of you. I'm actually going to get these cards as well. Yeah, why not? Why not? Working out the pattern here, pile number one. Go with it. And I think that's what's actually happening. It's like you maybe had a plan, but instead this plan is starting to like pop out with all this spontaneous activity that is actually better than you had planned. And although it can feel like little detours, the detours are actually leading you to so much more. And it feels very fulfilling. Like you're like going with the flow. There's a lot of energy around you. There's a lot of like a sense of freedom, especially with that healing energy, and then a sense of like cord cutting from someone or something. And now something is back in your control. It just feels very perception interesting. So what you're working on might have to do with social media. It might have to do with how you communicate your business or your offerings to the world. And you may have had like an acceptance or awakening and a judgment call about how you do that, and realizing that it's okay to have things that are out of balance. It's okay to tell your story, that perhaps you took the L and then this actually happened. It's something very motivating. A lot of discussion around this. So it wouldn't surprise me if you had a career or money making opportunity where you're sharing your story, sharing your voice, talking on social media, you know, sharing your thoughts, and that translates into some kind of abundance here for you. But it also can talk about like, there's a feeling of like the streets of New York or the people of New York, or I can't remember exactly what it was, but like the photographer that would go around and would find out people's stories that lived on like in New York, and that he'd just be out in the streets. There's something about that, like you've got the camera here, you've got the street art in the background. It's like you've really been walking the walk and talking the talk, and that's paying off. Okay. And the third house, it also talks about curiosity. It talks about expanding like your education, and the 8 of Pentacles can also talk about expanding your education. So I feel it's really like dipping into the things that you maybe felt trapped to explore before, but then something has like contractually released you. Again, with the release, there's a lot of release, and that release is actually like opening this cave door to let you out, your true self out. So that's beautiful energy. Let's get into what big happy changes are happening in life in general for pile number 1, please, Spirit. What big happy changes are happening in life in general? Wow. Newfound sense of strength. A newfound sense. Wow. Oh, I love this view. I love this view. You've got a true pair situation here with the King of Wands and then the Queen of Wands, okay? I feel like and no matter your sex, I think you're really showing up as someone courageous, confident, worthy of celebrating, and you're celebrating yourself, and you're celebrating all parts of yourself, and celebrating there's like a newfound self, okay? This spontaneous awakening and activation is like, it really does feel like, you know, like you quantum leap forward in the Matrix. Like you really take a giant leap forward, and suddenly you're expressing yourself authentically, okay? With this perception, suddenly you're also expressing yourself authentically here, and it's very healing. And you've got the strength to be able to do that. And you're also like wearing your emotions on your sleeve. You're wearing your heart on your sleeve. You're very proud of this situation, of the changes that you're making in your life. It feels good. You've got your heart open, and I think you've got a lot of love to give others in this celebratory time. There's a lot to celebrate here, okay? There's a lot to celebrate, and you've got strong Leo energy throughout your reading. You've got all the energy, okay? But a lot of fire sign energy here, and that's interesting because you've got that blue flame showing up a lot throughout the reading. Like it's really, this is a flame when you think about it, the King of Wands. The Magician, it's creating magic with flames. The Two of Cups has got this lightning energy. There's so much like electricity, flame, and there's a lot of like heat. There's a lot of spontaneity happening here. And I think the things that you're not overthinking things. That's the biggest part of this. You're not overthinking things anymore. You're in a sense of, well, it is what it is. Okay, there's a big sense of whatever was past or whatever didn't work out in the past. It is what it is. And I'm claiming today for today. There's a sense of gratitude. There's a sense of excitement about life. Like this is actually like the whole point of this reading is get excited. This is you being and living excited, and it actually shows up in all facets of your life. It's showing up everywhere, and that's beautiful. There's a sense of healing with the strength energy here as well, very much healing your emotions, feeling all brand new, okay, and feeling like going out with friends, socializing, and there's a sense of socializing with the third house and the perception here as well. It feels like networking, okay? It feels like networking, and through the networking, that's how you may meet the love of your life, because you've got abundance over here, or at least this very intense, beautiful love, a very passionate love. Interesting that I say love of your life, so love that for you. But with this abundance, it's like you're really, the networking that you're doing, the spontaneous yeses that you're saying is leading to a knock-on effect of abundance throughout your life. I can't say it any other way. I feel like I'm repeating myself now. And that's a good thing, because it means it's like keeping it simple for you. It's keeping it simple. Finally, I heard it. So love that. Cancer, the doula, yeah, tapping into your sensitivity. Scorpio, the animal, also allowing the like deep, dark desires of your life to actually be seen and heard and played with and enjoyed, okay? Allowing them to strike and to activate, because there's so much power in the dark depths of our souls as well. And then you've got conjunction and empowerment. So it is really that. It's interesting that I just put those cards either side of that conjunction. It's tapping into your sensitivity and your like fierceness, and that makes a beautiful pair. It makes a beautiful combination to empower the heck out of you. And when you're in an empowered state, you're a magnet, okay? With that magician energy, you're a magnet for all this good that is coming through in your life. Let's get a couple of these cards for life in general. Hand of Cards. Oh my gosh, yes. This is you just taking risks, okay? Being strategic though, like taking calculated risks in the right direction. And that is like that, like the Magician is card number 1, but before that, the Magician was a fool. The Magician had to take a move. It had to take a leap of faith. They had to trust themselves and go, I believe in my own magic, sure. So here I am going to make it in my own life. Here I am going to tap into my hat. I'm going to pull from my hat and see what I can expose and ignite. Very much ignite in your life. So Hand of Cards, it's like you're really being dealt like a lucky time, a lucky set here, a lucky hand, really, a lucky hand. And it's having that beautiful knock-on effect. And it's giving you options, okay? And like I said, it's saying yes. And I think that you're saying yes to multiple different things, multiple different opportunities that are coming through. And you know what? I feel like this empowered energy, it's actually really humble as well. There's this very much a sense of healed gratitude, grounded happiness here. Although you're activated and there's a lot going on, you're actually staying grounded. And that's a tremendous feat to do, especially when a lot is happening at once. And when a lot of good things are happening at once, it's very easy for people to get in their ego and let it get the better of them. So let's get some overall messages. Get excited for big happy changes. Pile number 1. Wow, look at all that red. Anger and happiness. Yeah, you're actually like using the power. That's what I feel. You're using the power of what was, and perhaps using the fuel of anger, because these are very fueling cards. The red is fuel. And then you're burning so bright it becomes blue. But it's a happiness. And look at the line through that anger. It's like I'm drawing the line at what I am, or what I was previously angry about, and I'm alchemizing it to be happy. It's the same color. It's the same energy, okay? It's like turning that frown upside down in an instant is what I'm getting from that energy. Very much empowered energy with the red. Very much empowered, very much passionate energy. You're excited about all of this. You're very creative at the moment. You're thinking creatively. You're co-creating creatively. You're intimate creatively. You're letting all parts of your like most passionate self actually be seen and heard, and it is being held, and you're holding it well as well. Okay, you're holding it well. What I was talking about with that grounded energy. Can we get some final messages for the big happy changes for pile number 1? very specific. Thank you. Something flipped. Oh, stop. That's why it was so specific. Get out. I forgot this card even existed in this deck. There you go. There you go. What else can I say? Wow, and that very much mirrors that card energy right there. I'm going to show you. Make a mess of my cards, but look at that. You want big happy changes, pile number one? Here they are. Get ready. Buckle up. Let's go. And there is really a sense of buckling up because you're not falling out of the seat this time. Okay, this is a gamble that you've been ready for a long time. Can we get some story dice to finish the reading for pile number one? Big happy changes. Yeah. Dancing your heart out, so happy, high-fiving people for sure. There's a lot of socializing. There's a sense of flexibility actually with that palm tree. I'm seeing a sense of flexibility, and that feels like a lot of good yeses in the right direction. And it also feels like abundance because I'm seeing like coconuts falling out of this palm tree without much effort, without much shaking. It's like finally, like you don't have to shake the money tree or the love tree too much. It's like the coconuts are falling, and the coconuts are these diamonds. So things are going to really like heat up, be very sparkly. You've got the power here, pile number one. You're a magician. You're sending a lot of the balloons are giving me healing energy, sending a lot of healing off into the atmosphere that it's no longer important, but it's also giving me a sense of that celebration energy. So it's a lot to celebrate. It may be engagements, taking things to a new level with this partnership energy over here. It could be success of, this outcome contractually, whatever that is, but also the sense of like more money coming in, a lot of like luxury coming in, a lot of enjoyment and luxury for the kind of life you want to live. Okay. And that feels simple. Okay. Happy, simple life. It doesn't feel, frivolous. It doesn't feel hollow. I'm talking luxury of like deep happiness. There's also a sense of you feeling really good and healthy, maybe taking extra good care of yourself, getting those 10,000 steps in. You're going to be busy. You're going to be on the move, lots of fireworks. So make sure you're getting plenty of sleep. An apple a day keeps the doctor away, and you're really geeked out on your happiness here. And that's very interesting. The shape of the smile of this card and then the smile of this card. It's like you're really happy about everything. And you're really like, into it. It's stuff that you are passionate about. That's what I mean by geeked out. Like you're really into this. This feels really good. And again with the learning as well. So this is all a big learning curve, and it's like all my learning has been worth it. Amazing. I love this for you, the blue flame. Pile number one, congratulations. Get excited. Big happy changes. Absolutely. The card itself came out. Let me know how it resonates in the comments below. Thank you so much for being here, guys, and I will see you in the next one. Pile number two, welcome to your reading. This is get excited. This is the big happy changes that are coming your way. We're talking about love, money, and life in general. We've got a card for the overall theme, boundaries. Where do you need to establish better boundaries? And look at this figure pushing away all the noise, pushing away all the takers, okay? All the people who want to tire kick and pick your brain and, those kind of super annoying people and energies that are just draining. I'm feeling like you're really in your power with this like crown look on the crown chakra here. You're really like coming into your own, listening to spirit, working with spirit, being open to spirit, working through you. And just a high vibrational field coming off you because you're protecting your boundaries. Strong boundaries, it feels like a strong core, okay? It feels like you have the courage to say what you mean and mean what you say, and do what you mean and mean what you do. Interesting energy. Let's get straight into it with love. What big happy changes are happening in love for... Actually, I don't even want to use this deck, but there's an ending there, so that's interesting. I want to use this deck for love. Big happy changes happening for love. Interesting. And we're talking about the next couple of weeks. So whenever you're watching this, the next couple of weeks, big happy changes happening for pile number one. I feel like there's one more card. Yeah. Thank you. All right, so we have the King of Cups, the Eight of Swords, the Chariot, and the Two of Swords in reverse. Is is someone, when I feel like is someone, because you're setting boundaries, is someone finally willing to open up to you? And is someone finally freeing themselves? Is it you, pile number 2? Is it you that is freeing yourself and grounding yourself? It's interesting because the Chariot in reverse and the Two of Swords, they can be quite contradictory. You can be talking about, well, opposition, of course, but then Two of Swords can be like opposition as well. It can be a stalemate, like, you know, it's neither a win-win for anyone. But I also feel like it's talking about time to make a move, and then you've got lack of movement over here. So you're actually finding a balance, and there's been a decision reached, or a decision has been made for you in love. Okay, I think I'm getting it. I think that someone, I feel like it's either you or the person that you're dealing with or is coming your way, is finally like, is finally breaking free from the shackles that were holding them victim, and actually standing still long enough for you to reach them. That is really interesting. That is a very specific storyline for someone. There's someone very mature and balanced and realizing that they no longer need to run all over the place and date a million people and keep their emotions locked away when they have a lot of emotions and they have a lot to give and they have a lot of empathy for others. I feel they were very living inauthentically, and this is like, this is a sense that they recognize that they were really in a place of denial, and that the decision almost was made for them to stop and stand still for long enough for something else to catch up, for something else to reach them, or for stand still long enough for them to actually find what they're looking for. Yeah, wow. I feel like we need some clarification on that. Of course. But that's really specific. So I think that's exciting for some of you. And if this is you who set the boundaries for this person, they're so grateful that you are no longer enabling their behavior. And they're so grateful. There's something very grateful about this person. Very, they're grateful for the spiritual lesson. Like, that's the card I feel like would come out if they could say anything to you right now. They're grateful for the spiritual lesson of you. It's almost like you pushing them away, or you refusing to put up with their behavior. It's like you're stepping into your high priestess kind of energy. North Node of Destiny. Yeah, this person realizes that, I mean, look at the big spark there. This person realizes that what they were looking for all along was right in front of them. Okay, they were looking for their North Star, and they were potentially moving all over the place, like traveling a lot. And for some reason, they've come home, and they've come home to self, and they've come home to you. They've come home to love. And the decision has been made for them in some way, shape, or form. They were forced to stop running away, to stop running and self-victimizing and self-sabotaging, and pretending like they were powerless. And actually what they're realizing is how devoted they actually want to be, how seen they want to be, and how they want to improve someone else's life. Okay, I think there might be one more message here though. There's a sense of something really blossoming because now it's taken root. Okay, now it's taken root. Now it's been on this incredible journey. There's been a huge learning curve. But now it's time to mature. Now it's time to stand in your mature energy, because I feel like this person was mature all along. I think they just, oh wow, look at that. 7th house and relating. This is about partnerships. It's about union. It's about marriage, life partners. Can also talk about foreign affairs, okay, and sometimes contracts. So it could have been like a job contract that took them all over the place, has ended, and now this person is standing still long enough to settle down. In a sense, it's like settling down, and their version of settling down, whatever that means to them. And you could very much be this person, pile number 2. You could very much be this person, and through this, you're finding a sense of equilibrium with a communion with someone. Okay, wow, twin flames, there you go. That's probably why there was a separation. That's probably why there was a spiritual lesson going on here. This is a divine counterpart. This is the yin and yang. This is balance finally coming into play. And destiny has definitely played a part in this formation here. Wow, stunning. Money. Yeah, we're going to go with this deck. Let's look at money. Big happy changes happening for pile number 2's money situation. Okay, let's dive into it. Is that the way it wanted to come? Yeah, okay. Look, the Wheel of Fortune normally talks about karma and destiny and something being set right and finally like your luck changing. But this is the same kind of message. This is actually something coming to a screeching freaking halt, pile number 2, and it's putting an end to the late nights of anxiety, okay? It's putting an end. It's interesting because this person got 8 of Swords and here you've got 9 of Swords. It's like, I've been up all night trying to push the Wheel of Fortune in my favor and it's like you were trying to make something work that wasn't actually the thing that needed to work. And in fact, what needed to work was something from the past. With this Wheel of Fortune in reverse, it's like it's still karma. It's still, and instead of thinking that your destiny was in this direction, it's actually in this direction, and it feels like something from the past. It feels like something having a resurrection kind of energy here. But it's the end of worry and anxiety. And I think if you're still up at night, like you're up at night for better reasons. Like this is big happy changes that we're talking about here. With the boundaries that you've set for yourself, you're actually saying no to so much. And look, when I first picked this card up, it was like saying no. And it's interesting because pile number 1 was all about saying yes, and this is all about saying no. You've got Justice, the 2 of Wands, and the King of Cups. Okay, so you've got the King of Cups twice here. This is definitely to do with this twin flame energy. And when we're talking here about money, this is about like something coming into balance because you were trying to force this wheel in one direction, and it's like the wheel suddenly became square, and it was like, and it was gonna, like, all the stuff in the carriage was literally gonna fall out, and that's why the carriage has stopped. That's why there's now a lack of movement. There's a lack of running, and this is like plans, partnership, and influence. Okay, the 2 of Wands is really talking about making plans and having like 2 paths that you can go down, but it feels like a partnership. It feels like now you're back in communion with this person. Now you're back in a relationship with this person of some kind. It feels like something is balanced. You've also got this energy where you're making what is the saying? I don't know. It's like you're making bread it's like you're making bread out of flour and water. Like you're really like just going back to the bare minimum here, and you're going back to something. It feels like going back to something that feels right. That feels right. That feels like it was meant to be all along. And that is giving you a real sense of my luck changed in a way I didn't even know was going to be for the better. My luck changed in a way I didn't even know was for the better. And if you're up at night, you're busy doing the work that is setting things right in the world and setting things right in your world. And this feels like maybe you are gaining money from the union, okay, from the pooling of resources. This doesn't so much speak to work as such, but more the pooling of resources and the direction that you're going together, the vision and plan that you have together. It does kind of hint towards healing modalities as well. So perhaps you're someone who works in the justice system and as like a mentor or mediator as well. Okay, that's just for someone, but there's plans to take this further, and I feel like you might even work in like a law firm and you're partnering up with someone, or it's something where it's like a not-for-profit, but it's setting things right. You're helping people on the street, you're helping underprivileged children. There's something going on there that is compassion filled, okay, that your money is coming from you using your sense of social justice and using your big hearts. And I feel like it's both of you, 2 people using your big hearts to actually make to make things right in the world and to give luck to other people. It's like paying it forward too, paying it forward, very much so. Let's get some other cards on this. Money, big happy changes for money in pile number 2's upcoming weeks. Yeah, this could be like a counseling service with heartbreak, girl with a snake, love, cassette, lightning, and camera. They're very, very much a sense of nostalgia, okay? With the camera and the heartbreak here, very much a sense of nostalgia. It's like it's bringing back something old school. It's helping people process painful memories, helping people process trauma, okay? With the heartbreak, girl with the snake, the love and the lightning. It's really helping people see things for what they are. That's how you're making your money. Or if it's not that you're working in that field, it's that because of the nostalgia that you had for this partnership, you healing from this unblocks so many other things that were literally being blocked by it's interesting. Your abundance, pile number 2, has been blocked by your lack of boundaries. It seems so counterintuitive, right? But you actually saying no and pushing certain energies away allows the space for better things to come in. And it's almost like by invite only. And that is protecting that high vibrational energy that actually brings prosperity and abundance and matching vibrations towards you. And there's a sense of remembering, processing, letting things go. It's like a mental health shift that shifts everything else when it comes to finances for you. It's like now you've unlocked that that source of unconditional love. The universe now rains the unconditional love on you, not just with a partner, but with money. Okay, very, very interesting. You may have been used and abused by ex-partners, okay? And you may have been in a period of intense mourning. But the boundaries that you're able to set up now are actually enabling you to keep, right? There's a sense of staying put, keep the assets that you have. Very interesting. Keep the assets that you have. But this change is happening at lightning speed. It's like finally, after so long of pushing one person away only for another one to come in and like all these grabby energies wanting to take, finally, it's like the lightning strike just knocks all those hands out of the way and you have a moment of peace to be able to like set up your own fence, okay? It's a fence. It's a white picket fence. Like it's a destined, friendly, high vibrational fence. It's not one that is like barbed wire where you're still containing your pain. It's actually like all the pain has been like swept out of the yard, all the leaves are gone, the yard is immaculate, okay? And within those boundaries, oh my gosh, you're flourishing. Like you're like a lemon tree it's taken so long for the fruit to actually bear, and now it's just zesty and full of life, and it's an essential ingredient in so much of your life. Do you know what I mean? Like it's like you're actually making lemonade now. I love that. 8th house and intimacy. Wow. Love magic, okay? SEX magic. Can I just say that? Like, honestly, the healing that you're having and the boundaries that you're setting for your own physical intimacy is actually bringing, and there's a sense of like Kundalini awakening that actually like activates all your chakras from your root all the way to your crown, and that tingle, that vibration is what is magnetizing prosperity towards you. There is a sense of your investments are paying off, and your investments in health, healing, happiness, holding on to assets, okay? Contracts, very much so. And it does feel like a freedom from potentially a toxic, intimate situation, okay? The 8th house is very much magic, taboo, Do you know what else it is though? It's inheritance. Okay, I have to say that it is inheritance. So there is a sense of holding on to what was yours, and when you're blocking out, and there's that contracts with the inheritance that's coming through, with your healing, with your nostalgia, with the pain and the heartbreak of possibly mourning someone or something, in comes this unconditional love that you didn't even know was there in the form of inheritance of some kind. And it's not going to be like a big sum of money for all of you, but I think it's the inheritance of a business, or it's the inheritance of the house is in your name, or it's the inheritance of a smaller sum of money. But for some of you, it is a large sum of money, and it's large enough for you to realize or tap into the mystery of the universe, that this existed and you didn't even know. And it's interesting, and the timing for you is really interesting. I think you're really going to sit back and you're going to feel nostalgia for the person or the family member or the friend or whoever it is, for what they went through to get this to you, and for what the universe aligned for you for this to happen. Because with the Wheel of Fortune in reverse here, again, it's not luck that you could control. There's that sense of like you couldn't push this wheel if you tried. That something had to literally halt for it to actually come through. It's like some kind of mechanical pipe, right? It's like it had like all this water flowing through it, and when this door shut and the water could dam up, that's the inheritance. The dam is the inheritance. I'm getting on a tangent, but that's really cool. I love that. Very specific. All right, let's look at life in general. Big happy changes in life in general for pile number 2. Big happy changes for pile number 2 in life in general. Thank you. How interesting. How interesting. It's so interesting that when you stop, and this is like slowing down to speed up. This whole reading feels like slowing down to speed up. And I actually just got a wave of nausea, like a wave of like vertigo kind of feeling. Inertia, you know, when you feel like you're about to fall, like you've been moving too much and then you stop and you feel like you're about to fall, like you're still moving. That kind of energy. With everything is fine in reverse. This is the 10 of Swords energy. You're really like, okay, I'm addressing everything right now. I'm friggin' addressing everything. And you could see all these hands in this boundaries card as swords. They're heartbreak and pain and struggle and poverty and unfair situations, and cutting words, you know. People have said things and done things, and you're just like, why am I the like pincushion? But you're turning that all around and you're being like, it's all, none of that matters. None of that matters. There's a sense of, I'm charging forward. Look at this King of Wands, Knight of Wands. You're charging forward. You're charging forward and feeling so freaking powerful, for the burdens that you carried have actually led you to this place. The burdens have all been worth it, okay? All the projects that you've tried to do, all the businesses that you've tried and failed, all the relationships you've tried and failed have led you to this point where your passion for life, that zest for life, is finally recognized and finally useful. And you're like, I knew I had it in me. I knew I had it in me. I knew this was something that was my destiny, right? I'm charging forward, but I'm doing it in a way that feels, I'm not going to burn down the whole bush as I go. Okay, this is like backburning, spot fires, like it's passion that is more controlled. It's passion that is more grounded. It is passion that feels healed. Okay, it's not, I mean, there's a sense of like the wand energy does burn fast. Okay, so it's literally days of change here. you might have a week where it's like bam, 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 bam. All of this starts to happen. And I know that fire burns out quite quickly, but we're really talking about like, this is spiritual transformation at its finest, at its fastest. This is talking about using your creativity and innovation for good, and to actually use it instead of being argumentative and aggressive and overburdened. You're using it as like higher level problems. Remember how I said with this Nine of Swords, if you're up at night, it's for better reasons. It's like, now I have higher level problems. This is so exciting. Because we're asking about, get excited, what are the big happy changes? Get excited because now you're addressing everything. Now you're not in denial. Now you're setting healthy boundaries for yourself. What you're allowing is for all of the ideas and all of the passion and all of the projects, okay, all of the strategy and planning, the beliefs and the values and the drive and the willpower, all of that, to actually focus in on the things that you want to control. You get to pick up these sticks. You get to pick them up. Okay, it's now not like, oh, hi ho, it's off to work we go, blah, blah, blah. Oh my gosh. This is like, I am in love with what I'm doing and who I'm doing it with. And I'm busy in a better way. Love that. Can we get more information on this life change and all this creative energy? Inspiration for days and motivation, self-motivated. There's a spark here within you that is going to like traverse for a lot of time. You got a lot of cards here. Chiron and healing, third house and perception, ninth house and seeking. You might take a trip, and fourth house and home. Look, I feel like there's so much good coming from the healing that you're doing, that you're finding a new perspective on life. You're really seeing a new perspective on life with these boundaries. Now you're no longer influenced by everyone else's opinions and ideas and their projects. Now you're working on your own projects and you're like, right, I'm going to buy a house. I'm going to renovate my house. I'm going to feel good about where I live. I'm going to take a trip. I'm going to get inspired. Very much taking a trip energy. Okay. Even if it's a short weekend, it's an excursion. It's going out to seek more inspiration for life. Very much with all this 10 of like all the wands energy here. It's very much going out, seeking inspiration, and then alchemizing that inspiration into love, money, and an abundance and fruitfulness and plenty. Like there's just a sense of plenty here, okay? And it's indulging in the things that remind you of people and places past in the best possible way, okay? With the fourth house and roots, it's really like looking at who we are and rejuvenating ourselves as well as rejuvenating our home. And it's housing ourselves in a better way, okay? So whether that's a physical transformation in your body or a physical transformation in your home, how you see all of that and how it's all healing, you're moving to somewhere safer. You're seeking out new rituals for yourself that feel better and support the life that you now get to live. What else? For pile number 2. Paradise. Okay. There's a trip you got to take. There's a trip you got to take. But also I'm sensing that you're creating paradise in your own life. Expansion, joy, Jupiter energy here, Sagittarius energy here, a sense of playfulness, openness, enjoying what is, okay? Allowing all the noise of the outside world to just F off. I can't say it any other way. And enjoying what you have created and are creating for and with yourself and your partner, okay? Love this. There's a sense of paradise, like life is paradise. Life is paradise. Can we get an overall kind of feeling card here? An overall emotion for pile number 2 and the big happy changes coming their way. Pile number 2 and the big happy changes coming their way. Ooh. A lot. All the feels. Disruption, determination, and sweetness. Interesting that determination looks like a mountain and the disruption looks like many, many opinions, many highways, many ways that you could have gone, many routes of like, okay, you could go this way, this way, this way, this way, this way. And this disruption energy is a case of, well, now I'm listening to myself. So there's my determination. All that wand energy is huge determination. And there's the sweetness. Again, wand energy. Wand energy, cup energy. It's staying put. It's nostalgia. It's creating roots. It's feeling good. It's loving the sweetness of life and appreciating what it took to get here. Remember that, like, it's like a sense of being self-made, even though you've had a leg up, but it's like, it is like you've worked for it. If you're inheriting something or contractually gaining something or holding on to something, you worked hard to get this. And there's a sense of enjoying that sweetness, and that the disruption that it took to get that has been all worth it, because now you can charge forward on your own terms. Another message, final message for pile number 2 when it comes to forgiveness. Wow. Yeah, with that sense of nostalgia, with that sense of like separation that you may have been in with this person, with the sense of running, okay, with the sense of like the wheel that just wouldn't roll anymore, and things feeling like they were coming to a screeching halt, it's forgiving yourself for the way that you behaved or reacted. It's forgiving this person for the way they behaved or reacted. It's forgiving the situations that, you know, tested you, especially when it comes to heartbreak, when it comes to deception, when it comes to intimacy, okay? And that sense of forgiveness is really aligning all of your chakras. You have to let that, and I would highly recommend some Reiki for you, pile number 2, to help you out there and to cut any more cords that you can't access, or your unconscious doesn't even know, or your conscious mind doesn't even know is unconsciously there, okay? But a sense of deep forgiveness and gratitude coming over your entire reading. Let's get some story dice. The overall good vibes. Big happy changes. Yeah, make a wish upon a star, pile 2, because you're going to be beaming, like literally beaming. The tear is in reverse. So if you are crying, you're crying happy tears. Again, the twin flame energy. Again, with the chariot feeling like it's in reverse there. So it's like a sense of coming home to self and coming home to like setting things right, coming home to things that should have been this way all along, but just had to, you know, go on their own journey and have their own experiences. And forgiveness is a huge part of the twin flame journey. It's you know, that spiritual lesson that we trigger within each other. A lot of fireworks, okay, so a lot of passion, that's very, very, very obvious here. And feeling like you're now supported to take leaps of faith in new directions that are actually for your best and highest good, but also a sense of adrenaline, like it's an adrenaline rush for all of this to start happening and taking place all at once, okay? There's a sense of rebelling here, like your rebellious nature is paid off, and then there's a sense of like really enjoying it. Go out, party, dance your little heart out, and shake it off, you know, shake off anything else that is burdening you. And you're going to be doing that celebratory dance with a special someone in mind. Wow, what a journey. Please let me know, pile number 2, how this resonated in the comments below. I am cheering for you. I'm wishing you all the luck in the world. Thank you so much for being here. I love you guys. I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Hi, pile number 3. This is your reading all about get excited. These are the big happy changes that are coming your way. We're talking about love, money, and life. We have an overall message here. We have whale and orca elders. Share your song, frequency of sound, diving deep. Ooh, there's dolphins. There's a killer whale. There's this humpback kind of whale. Yeah. There's like those funny nose whales. Wow. There's a lot of deep healing, deep feeling here. You're going to the depths of your emotions, but I'm also sensing that you're there's a sense of recognizing your past, possible past life, maybe opening a doorway to the Akashic records for you, but also sharing songs. So music is important here in some way, shape, or form, or music has really been speaking to you at the moment. Okay, so let's dive straight into the big happy changes that are expected in love. For pile number 3, please, Spirit. Of course, only take what resonates, guys, because this is still a collective reading, even though you picked a pile. Okay. We have the 8 of Cups, the King of Cups, the 10 of Cups, Hello, all the healing, feeling energy, all the cup energy at once. That's crazy. 8 of Cups, King of Cups, 10 of Cups, the Star, there's the healing, okay, and the 3 of Wands, right? Waiting for your ships to come in a new direction, feeling like you're like healed and ready. You've walked away from something. You've been emotionally mature and balanced. You possibly have met someone emotionally mature and balanced who recognizes how empathetic you are, and how sensitive you are, and is coming through devoted to that and devoted to renewing your sense of hope, renewing your sense of positivity and love. Honestly, with the Star card, there's a sense of like this person's coming through as like a wish fulfillment. It feels like a miracle. It feels like a renewal as well, okay? So this could be someone that you potentially walked away from in the past. That's only for some of you. But others of you, this is after walking away from something that was painful and unfulfilling and walking into something that is actually fulfilling. Walking into something that is like the 10 of Cups moment, that is happiness and bliss. And if it's not like coming into fruition, this is actually believing that it's coming soon, because the 3 of Wands is talking about a milestone and looking to the horizon. But I do strongly feel that literally you're walking away from something. Someone beautiful is coming in, someone very compassionate with a lot of love to give, someone who is grounded in their love, okay? Comes through with a sense of strength, comes through very supportive, okay? This is Scorpio energy coming through. You've got Pisces energy here as well, strong Pisces energy. You've got Aquarius energy and you've got Aries energy here. So, yeah, it's like it's confidence in the future, because you now have the dynamic that you've always wanted. You now have the dynamic that you've always wanted. And so with that like strength, that the strength of this union, you're actually able to make plans for the future, expand. You're able to look to the horizon in the healthiest possible way, knowing that you are seen and heard, okay? There's a sense of like that song frequency coming through here, seen and heard. I love that for you. Let's get some more. Straight up Venus and love, okay? Yeah, deep love connection here. Also enjoying being told that you're beautiful, appreciating your beauty, having a sense of magnetism towards someone. And how do the underwater creatures communicate? By a sonar, via vibration, okay? So you've really been magnetized and attracted towards this person for a reason. There's a sense of harmony that comes through, especially with the 10 of Cups and the Star. And also a sense of not just pleasure, but like a sense of luxury here with the Star card that's been emphasized. A sense of luxury, a sense of receiving, possibly even receiving gifts or fame or luck in some way. And this is all a very wealthy, healthy situation, is what is really being said here. It's a healthy, wealthy situation that is ever unfolding. It's blossoming and it's beautiful. Can we get some more photograph? Looking at your photos, missing you, nostalgia, making new memories. Okay, so whatever you walked away from, look, you can still feel nostalgic for it because you have such a big heart. It doesn't mean that you hate anyone from your past. But there's also a sense of making new memories. And if it was someone from your past, you're making those memories even better, okay? I feel like there's more. Can we get 2 more cards on this for pile number 3? Perfect. Schwenkelspirit. Very cooperative. Sunglasses. Yeah, like this has been someone you possibly had your eye on for a while. And things are so bright that you feel like you have to like put your sunnies on. It's given you a whole new perspective, okay? A whole new perspective on why you had to go through the heartbreak that you went through, and turning that heartbreak into something that is a brand new day, okay? With the sun in the like Polaroid picture here, it's really like a brand new day. And putting the past and the mourning and the separation behind you. There's a sense of coming together. And if this is not a person, I have to say this for those who aren't looking for love but are wanting self-love, this is really feeling the best you've ever felt about yourself, within yourself, knowing yourself, holding yourself, treating yourself. This is the epitome of self-love. It's having the strength to walk away from something. It's having the knowing, the seeking to find better for yourself, and to to await the next results now that you're in this vibration. All right, let's look at money. Oh, I want to use that deck. Why do I keep getting these mixed up? Let's look at money for pile number 3. Big happy changes happening in the next couple of weeks. We're really looking at here for whenever you're watching this. Let's look at money. Big happy changes happening in the money realm, the financial realm. Wow. Twin pair, divine counterparts. I need some clarification on that Four of Wands and Three of Swords. Whoa. Have you had the thing you've walked away from, was it a long-term commitment and possibly a marriage, pile number 3? Because you've got the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands and the Four of Wands between them. This is like a partnership that didn't work out. You've got the Ace of Cups in reverse and the Three of Swords. A partnership that didn't work out. Okay, I'm actually feeling like a creative project that you were working on with someone. You were too similar. There was too much fire between the two of you, and it for some reason didn't result in a long-term project. But actually that's for the best, because it wasn't a good match. It wasn't a good match financially. The cup actually dried up for you, and the cup usually has to do with emotions. But I think that there may have been some emotional immaturity among this connection here, and it's actually for the best, because we're talking about get excited. Whatever was painful and argumentative and fiery and aggressive in the workplace or when it came to money for you, this is drying up. This is dissolving. This is unfolding. Okay, this is something that has been more short term, and therefore the heartbreak doesn't feel as bad. The pain doesn't feel as bad. This may have even been 3 people, or a third party may have come in between this project, and it's like I've seen your true colors now. You've got the Ace of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. It's making way for new opportunities when it comes to money. It's making way for a new beginning when it comes to work, the way you receive prosperity. Can we get more information on big happy changes happening for money? Scorpio, the animal. Yeah, it's like the intensity of something, the secrets came to light, which is actually transforming something, and it's actually giving you more resources. Okay, it's giving you more access to making the most out of a bad situation. And actually, like, this was a blessing in disguise is really what I'm getting. There is a depth to this as well with the Scorpio energy here, but there was a depth of deception, and in that depth of deception you've actually found like the hidden key to that Ace of Pentacles energy over here, the hidden key for your exit. Okay, the hidden key to unlock the door, because sometimes the Four of Wands is talking about a home or a business or a structure that is where 2 people can come together, right? That houses a union, and you've unlocked the door to this. You've emptied your cup and you said no more. And there's a sense of like, when you've had a big night out and you the next day you're like, I'm never drinking again. This is like, I've learnt such a valuable lesson here that I'm never repeating this pattern. Okay, and that's important. It's an important mystery of life. You're really like grateful for the reason that this happened, and even the pain. You're grateful for why that happened, because now you've got this strength, you've got this grit, you've got this compulsion to transform, this intensity in which you can use. And people get scared of using your own intensity, of using okay, I'm back. Pile number 3. Strangest thing, I always take what happens in readings like quite, it's not by coincidence. Okay, I feel like it's quite relevant to the reading. So I'm looking up and I'm trying to like articulate what I was feeling here, and the camera started like fading, like the color just started draining out of the camera. I'm like, what's going on? Like, it got really dark. And Scorpio and the animal, it's really, and I was literally talking about using that darkness to transform something into the light. And what I was getting at, and so my battery died, by the way, and so your batteries for this situation, your capacity to remain on this frequency of like aggressive energy. You've got fire sign energy here, and we're talking about like Mars energy there as well, the god of war, something that was very much in conflict. And instead of like using that conflict and like pushing against it, I feel like you've exited this conflict in order to utilize the intensity of the situation. And I was talking about how some people are scared of using their deepest emotions to actually unlock something magical, mystical, mysterious, unlock something very powerful. There's a depth of power that comes from our shadows and comes from our shadow experiences as well. So I'm really getting a sense of like revenge in the best possible way. Like success is my best revenge. You're not out to hurt anyone here. That's not what I'm feeling at all. I feel like you've been hurt and you're turning that into your strength, into your greatest success story. Okay, there's a sense of turning this into your greatest success story when it comes to money. Using this as a passion to avoid this situation, to ascend from this situation, and to completely transform this situation, okay? It's made you take a good look at yourself and the way you interact with people in a business sense, in a money sense, how your relationship with money is, how perhaps you were over generous, okay? There's a sense of that as well with all that fire energy there. Over generous, and perhaps like used money as almost a manipulation tactic with that Scorpio energy there, the animal, okay? It can be used in an animalistic way and manipulating way, and perhaps that's bitten you on the butt, or you've been made aware of it by the actions of the people that you were dealing with in this situation. And so you're transcending and you're taking this new phase, and it's actually like creating shocking news for this other party and shocking news for your like a complete upheaval in your money situation, to the point where that pentacle energy, that new fresh start, that new beginning, possibly even a gift is coming through. Like this is a blessing in disguise, 100%. This is making a mountain out of a molehill in the best possible way. And I love that for you. I want to get one more card though on how, you know what, I'm going to use this deck, which I was going to use at the end, but I feel like we need to know, like with that new beginning in money, just a bit more information about that new beginning in money for pile number 3, for the big happy changes. Yeah, cool. Romance, no. Wow, maybe what you were walking away from was a partnership with someone you were in a romantic connection with, and you're like, never again am I working with someone that I'm in a romantic relationship with, okay? Or there's a sense that yeah, see, the third party energy keeps coming up here. There's a sense that someone else's partner got in the picture, and you're just not allowing that to happen. So whether it was you that had the relationship inside this business or money situation, or whether it was the other people that you were working with, there's a sense of, no, never again, keep that stuff out of my business. That is not my business. And it's interesting because the Four of Wands can also talk about marriage. So yeah, it's setting boundaries for protecting yourself as well, okay? And it does feel like a dissolution of a marriage as well. So if it's a dissolution of a business, it's working out in your favor. If it's a dissolution of a marriage, it's also working out in your favor, but it's working out in a way that you don't expect. And I feel like that message has come through for every pile, whether it was for love or whether it was for money or whether it was for life. There's something working out and that's divinity, okay? That's divine timing. That's the divine that's really got your back. And that's also really reminding us to tap back into our intuition, the depths of our intuition, and following our North Star and following that like echo resonance of what we should actually be following. Because I feel like this was something that you were trying to force, okay? This was definitely something you were trying to force. Let's now have a look at life. Speaking of life, big happy changes that pile number 3 can get excited for in life coming up. Big happy changes. Hey, the sun energy straight away. More fire energy. Yep, the end of a situation is really setting you free here, okay? It's bringing in new beginnings, especially when it comes to career. Like we saw with that Ace of Pentacles, there's definitely transformation happening in your life for the best possible way. You're definitely seeing things from a higher perspective, and a sense of wisdom has been gained from this. You're setting sail in a new direction, and that was the straight away the love message, but it's also this message as well for money. It's discovering that by moving on, you can actually set yourself free, and you can actually learn a lot from endings. You can learn a lot from endings, and through that comes a lot of happy beginnings. You've got the Five of Wands, using the competition energy, that revenge energy to your best possible outcome, and using it to set out on a new quest. Okay, there's that newness energy. It feels very youthful. It feels very fresh. It feels much lighter, like a lot less baggage. Okay, you've definitely been doing the inner work, and now you get to shine your light in a healthier way. But I'm also hearing now you're going to get the recognition that you deserve, in love and in money. Now you're going to be seen for the star that you are. It feels like someone else was getting the spotlight, was getting the attention. The star energy over here is also having like a beautiful washing effect. And it's interesting because the star is like pouring in to an already like abundant kind of flow state. So there's a lot of clarity that's coming through for you in everything that is happening in these big happy changes for you, pile number 3. A lot of clarity. There's a lot of positivity coming. There's a sense of like, you stepping into the spotlight, a brand new day in every possible way, a brand new day, and you stepping into the spotlight. It's also very deeply cathartic for you. And by cathartic, I mean it's deeply healing. And usually that I usually refer it to art that I create. Sometimes I like alchemize my pain, and it's deeply cathartic to work on something in kind of silence, okay, or in kind of solitude. You get in a trance state. You get in a creation state. You're very much in a new creation state. This is rebirth energy as well. Stunning. So good. Can we get some more information on this stuff? Chiron healing. The Chiron is the wounded healer. There's a sense of strong relief. Okay, relief. And you're chalking all of this up to personal development. You're chalking all of this up to what a life lesson, huh? You know, I feel like I've been to like another planet and back again. And you really lived through this experience, and this lived experience is giving you so much wisdom and actually like helping you to dissolve, I feel, a lot of trauma from your past as well, whether it had anything to do with ex relationships or ex like money situations and money stories. Okay, the story you tell yourself about money and shame and guilt around money. Okay, addiction. You know what? It feels like you're making healthier choices for yourself, and not being addicted so much to the fight. Okay, not being so addicted to the fight, and not being so addicted to using that when you're living in that energy. And very fiery energy, and this feels like a cooling off period. Okay, it feels like you're finally like diving under a wave. You come up and you're like, damn, it's like I was burning in the depths of hell, and now I'm like cooled and refreshed, and this is where the roses get to grow. Okay, like you've got this fiery ball of love over here, and then you've got this like crater over here, and it feels like you have traversed the universe to get to where you are, and you're releasing a lot. You really are. You're releasing control, and it's actually bringing in so much abundance for you. You no longer feel chained to that which wasn't serving you. It takes so much courage to walk away from things, and that's why you're being asked to dive deep into your soul and listen to that echo resonance of what is truly calling you. There's a call, okay, for you to move in a new direction. It's actually like you're doing the running for the best possible reasons now. You're actually running from your addictions. You're actually running towards healing. You're running away from people who want to just combat you in every possible way. And you're running towards your 10 of Cups, your happiness. You're running towards things that fill you up and make you love your life. Okay? Beautiful energy. Can we get some emotions out here? Overall emotions for the next big happy changes happening for pile number 3. You no longer have a fear of intimacy, and that means intimacy with self and with others. And you no longer have to rely solely on your ego. Yeah, you're surrendering to the divine mystery of life. That is so, so important. And the mystery of things unfolding as they should and could. And there's something about a soul contract here, I have to say. Something about a soul contract, a spiritual awakening of sorts. It doesn't mean that you start reading tarot or you become a Reiki practitioner or anything like that. It's just you realizing the intricacies of life, and that perhaps some things cannot be controlled. There's a sense that you were living in a state of ego fear, and with your softening here, with this calmness that is coming over you as all of these things change and shift, this cool, calm, collected energy is making you take like a big sigh of relief and actually going, geez, like the universe really does have my back in the weirdest possible ways. And I love it for that. I am so grateful for that. There's a sense of reveling in that mystery. And in that mystery is actually like some deep, dark feelings that are cool. They're really cool in the best possible way. I mean, cool as in fun, but also cool as in like they're very refreshing for you in this period of your life, because it's like realizing how woman you are, or realizing how man you are, is realizing your divinity and like expressing that in raw, primal, animalistic ways that serve you best. Okay. Final messages in the story dice. Yeah, this is a gift. It's a blessing in disguise. A lot of walking away from what doesn't serve you, and a lot of also, I feel, walking away from bright, shiny objects and towards real diamonds, okay? This is wish fulfillment. It's all been divine timing. It's something that you've really wanted to happen, but you didn't realize how it was going to happen. Again, that mystery of life. Like I said, you feel like you've traversed a whole galaxy here. Your life is really skyrocketing in a new direction, and you've got the battle scars to prove it. And through that comes a sense of resilience. Through that comes a sense of like fresh new energy, definitely, with the bunny spirit here. If you haven't watched my bunny spirit messages, you might be called to do that. It's already up at the moment, a pick a card reading. Letting bygones be bygones. You're no longer choosing to just I mean, the skeletons are out of the closet, and there is a sense of secrets and transformation and death energy where it's like stepping into a darker period, but the skeletons are out of the closet and you're no longer afraid of them. You're actually like owning them in the highest possible way. It's very healthy for you to be enjoying this experience. But there's also a sense of you've got boundless energy and a lot of positivity coming from things that you really didn't expect, avenues you didn't really expect, and from healing you didn't really expect, or healing you didn't even know was possible for yourself. And you might have been really afraid of that word. I'm getting a strong sense that you may have been really fighting actually stopping and healing it, but there's no stopping you now. There's really no stopping you. You actually just took a detour. You took a shift, like a sharp turn. And through that sharp turn, you've gone to the depths of everything that is meant for you. And you're bringing it all to the surface, okay? And you're actually calling in, as you follow your calling, you're calling in people, money, things, routines, habits, a life. You're calling in the life that is best for you and your greatest good, no matter if that looks different to other people, okay? There is a sense of this is your unique story, and you are a unique soul, pile number 3. And you agreed to live out this life, and that you're realizing there's a great mystery. You know, I'm so grateful that I've been dealt these cards. This is all happening for me, not to me. And wow, now I'm going to revel in it, you know. Now I'm really going to enjoy the ish out of it. I love this for you, pile number 3. Please let me know how it resonates in the comments below. Thank you so much for being here. I so appreciate all the likes, shares, comments. I appreciate your time. I will see you in the next one. Bye.